slow version. Yes, we'll just play it through kind of slowly, and then I'll break it down section by section. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so we're in A minor, pentatonic, so we're only using these 5 notes, A, C, D, E, and G. And the first shape here is organized using a system that I first saw, I think it was Daryl Gable and Marshall Harrison, and I think maybe Derek Stein as well, or Scott Stein. Sort of the super shredders of the late 90s. And the idea here, they usually call it a 3-1-3 shape, and why? Well, it's kind of obvious, because you have 3 notes, 1 note, 3 notes, 1 note, and 3 notes. So and that's because you want an odd number when using sweep picking or economy picking. So that's the first shape here, and that's, I mean, it's the same notes, it's just a different way of playing them. So and the main you know, the main advantage of using this type of fingering, because it's kind of tricky if you're not used to it, it's you can play pentatonics and you don't have to, you know, move a lot on the fretboard. And the bad thing is, if you're not used to economy picking, it will be really hard for you. So, and of course you can also use legato. I think players like Tom Quayle and guys like that use the same shapes, just using legato and hybrid picking together. But anyway, back to the lick. So we, like I said, just the A minor pentatonic. So we go A, C, D, E, and then G, A, C, D, E, G, A. So the fingering would be, or the frets would be 12, 15, 17, and I'm using 1, 3, 4, and then 14. So we got 3, 1, and then we go 12, 14, 17, and using 1, 2, 4. And then the D is played with the 3rd finger on the 15th fret of the B string, and then finally we have the E string, which would be the same as the one we started with, fingering wise. And the picking here is just down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down. So basically, since we're moving from a lower to a higher string, we want to hit the next string with a downstroke. So if you think about that and alternate all the other notes, it will come naturally. The only thing to keep in mind is you don't want to do this. You want to make the sweep here using rest strokes, so you'll fall into the next string. Okay, so once we're up here, just starting from this note, then we would go so. Okay, so just so basically just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we have, let's see here, yeah, so that's the basic sequence, which we'll repeat on a lot of strings after this. So see if I can remember it. kind of have to play it again because it's this stuff is so interchangeable to me, because once you know these types of sequence, you can really change it up a lot, and it's sort of similar. So that's why I have to sort of remind myself of what I play here. So, but anyway, we have, and then we have this sequence of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we repeat that starting on the 12th fret here. And again, we are using the notes of the A minor pentatonic, so. And you can just look at my hand and see where I'm playing. So again, we have, and then we do it again, starting here. And then finally we oops. So the last two strings are a bit different. We start the same, but instead of going, could have gone that way as well, but I didn't in the original thing here. So, but we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then just I'm just ending with a chromatic thing here. But you know, as with licks like this, it's the idea that's important. So I wouldn't play this the same way again. And if I would use this use the idea in a solo, it would totally depend on where I'm going with it. I mean, you know, I might want to keep going something like that instead. Not necessarily that I want to go down in pitch if I'm not aiming for some ideas down here later on. So it's I think it's important to think about licks as sort of more like ideas that you can use, and if you learned ideas, it's great to get them up to speed and all that stuff and learning new technical things. But really, it's about learning from the licks, so you're not sitting around in your solos and playing longer licks, because that almost always sounds bad. So instead, try to learn maybe this thing. You can use that as a sort of a concept, and you can take that through the other positions, and also this sequence. You can use that in other scales as well, and you know, you don't have to play keep going with any type of sequence. Just string different sequences together instead, and that will probably sound more musical than just having a really robotic type thing going on. But even still, if you constantly write licks and you don't try to improvise them, it will sound that way when you improvise. But I mean, if you write your solos, fine, then you can use them however you want. But I highly suggest that you learn from the licks instead, like I said. And a longer thing like this is better to break it down and just take the parts that you like best from it. So, and try to incorporate that into your playing. Okay, so with that said, I'm gonna play through it once more, really slowly. So. And remember that down here it can be, if you have smaller hands or if it hurts at all when doing the stretches, just skip them, you know, just end it somewhere else or use it in another key where you don't have to stretch as much. I mean, it's not important enough to hurt your hands. So with that said, hope you like this, and good luck with it. And if you have any questions regarding anything, feel free to email me, and if I can, I will give you an answer. Okay, thanks. Bye.